Hey guys, it's Madison with MadisonViningPhotography.com. Today we're talking about posing. My first tip applies with senior photography and specifically senior girl photography. Anytime you are going to shoot your subject close up, you want to make sure to include a hand, at least one, every single time. So there's tons of different ways you can do this. So whether you're doing something as simple as this, or more dramatic, this, or, just tucking the hair behind the ear, whatever way you choose to incorporate it. And also, once you do incorporate it, make sure to give them the command of, and the way I phrase it is ballet hands, graceful ballet hands, as opposed to claw or awkward or whatever. So you want to absolutely make sure that the hand is not the focus of the photo, that their face is, but that you are avoiding, the awkward cutoff arms or what do I do with my arms or any of that. So make sure to incorporate a hand anytime you're shooting a subject at close range. My second tip is for family photography, especially when you're shooting couples that have young children. To keep them engaged, don't just say, walk over there and sit, or everyone stand right there. You are going to want to give them motion commands. So whether that is everyone tickle each other or everybody look at Matthew, whatever, you want to make sure you're giving them constant motion commands to keep them engaged and to keep the vibe fun and active to reflect, who they really are as a family. So third tip, and this applies to any genre of photography and every genre of photography, is as soon as you get your subjects into a pose, so, even if it's as simple as this, you're going to want to make sure that you are getting the most that you possibly can out of your pose. So, you are going to want to change expression. So, serious, smiling, laughing, looking down, looking off, change expression. You're going to want to change your distance. So, you're going to want to get, a super up close. Then you're going to want to back away and get tons of the scenery and get really a feel for where you actually are. I would bust out my fisheye at that point. I'm obsessed with it. I know you guys already know that. Change your perspective. So climb up on something and shoot down their eyelashes. It's always flattering for everybody. Change your focal point in your camera to switch up composition. So they're to the left and there's tons of negative space, or they're right in the middle, or they're, off to whatever. Change your focal point. Remember the rule of thirds also while you're doing that. Change angle, change perspective, change everything, and just keep changing it up. That way when you get home to your office to edit, you are going to have tons of variety. So you didn't have to think of 500 different poses with your one subject out in a blank field, and you also didn't have to put them through a ton of, okay, what do I do now? What do you want me to do? Because that's awkward and kind of dampens the spirit of the session. So you are taking the work upon yourself to get as much variety out of each pose as you possibly can. And you will thank yourself also when you're editing, because you will find that some things are so much more flattering, and if you hadn't changed up your focal point and your perspective, you wouldn't have gotten that shot. So change, get as much variety out of each pose as you possibly can. You'll have to pose less, they'll feel less awkward, and you'll get greater stuff. So do that. Also, great tip, once you have the posing guides, make sure you pull them up on your phone, your smartphone, and it can be any smartphone, also your iPad. I don't know if you can see the text on there, but I go into each pose, what I say to get them into that pose, what I say to them once they're in the pose. I even go into a bit of what aperture I typically shoot each type of session with, and a bunch of just random tips and like things to not do and things to do. And super helpful to have that with you on your phone when you first pull up to the session, you're waiting on your client. You can kind of map out what you want to do in those 4 or 5 concrete poses that if you can't think on the spot, you have those in your mind. And also when they're changing clothes, come through, ooh, we haven't done this yet. I'm going to do a variation of this, but with her laughing, smiling, looking down, and however you envision it. But this is some tips of concrete poses that work, that sell, and that are amazing and look flattering on everybody. The posing guides come in seniors, couples, and families. So awesome. If you like this vlog post, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss the new ones that are being posted all the time. And as my thank you for watching, enjoy 30% off the posing guides and the shop at madisonmounting.com when you enter in the code posing30. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome day.